This is the second half of section 7.4, and it's when you're trying to find percent increase or decrease. It is a two-step process. The first step is to set up a proportion and solve. Very similar to how we've done it before, percent over 100. This time equals new over old, so it's a little bit different. It used to be part over whole. For increase and decrease, it's going to be new over old. And then the second step, students tend to forget. You have to subtract 100 from your answer because we're just looking for how much it went up or how much it went down. And so we have to take off the 100%, which is where it started. This should make more sense once we get into an example. So this one says Brad's monthly rent has increased from $650 to $767. So this was the old rent, and this is the new rent. What is the percent of increase? So we're going to set up this proportion. Percent over 100 equals new over old. It's always new over old. Then we'll cross multiply and solve. You'll need your calculator. 767 times 100 divided by 650. You get 118%. Now it did not increase by 118%. So step 1 is to set up the proportion. Step 2 is to take your answer and subtract 100. 100 is taking off the original, and that leaves you with 18%, which is the increase. So you have to subtract 100 from these to get your answer, because it did not increase by 118%. It started at 100%, so we take that off, and we only need the part that it increased or decreased. So let's look at example 6. Carol has been losing weight. She started at 245 pounds and is now down to 210 pounds. What is her percent decrease? So step 1, set up a proportion. X over 100 equals her new weight over her old weight, new over old. And then we'll cross multiply and solve. 210 times 100 over divided by 285. That's 85.7%. Now she did not decrease her weight by that much. That would be a lot. So we take that number, step 2, take that number, subtract 100, and we're going to get a negative answer, which is what we should get, because when you lose or decrease, it should be a negative number. So her decrease is negative 14.3% decrease. So when you decrease, you're going to get a negative answer, which is what you should get when something goes down. So don't forget about step 2, and your answer would be 14.3% decrease. If you want to try the next 2 on your own, go ahead and pause the video. If not, I'll keep going. Tiffany got 30 questions correct on her first exam. She got 36 questions correct on her next exam. What is her percent of increase? So percent over 100 equals new. New is 36, old is 30. So it's 36 over 30, and then we'll solve. 36 times 100 divided by 30. That's 120%. Now she did not increase by 120%. You have to do step 2. 120 minus 100. Her grade increased by 20%. So always subtract 100 to get the actual answer that they're looking for. Whoops. So it's always new over old. Let's look at example 8. During a severe storm, average daily attendance dropped from 425 students, that's the old, to the new 200 students. What is the percent decrease? So X over 100 equals new over old. Cross multiply and solve. 200 times 100 divided by 425. I'm going to round that off to 47%. Don't forget about step 2. You take your 47, you subtract 100. Should give you a negative 53%. So you take your answer, subtract 100, so it's a 53% decrease, which is more than half, which should make sense because 200 is less than half of 425, so it decreased by more than 50%. So always take your original answer and subtract 100 for percent increase or decrease. Alright, that is it for section 7.4. The last section, I'm just going to keep going, is section 7.5 on what we call consumer applications. Consumer is someone who shops and spends money, a consumer. So we have 4 different types of questions we're going to look at. The first type is sales tax, which we deal with every time we go shopping. And then tips, like if you go to a restaurant and tip someone. And then we'll talk about discounts, our favorite, when you're shopping and you have a discount. And the last one is going to be a little bit more involved, the simple interest. If you have a savings account, or if you have a credit card with an interest rate, or if you have, like I have a certificate of deposit that gains simple interest, and we'll get to those, we'll save those till the end. Alright, so consumer applications, starting with sales tax. Suppose you buy a Blu-ray player for $289 and the sales tax rate in your state is 6.5%. How much would you pay in tax? So we're going to take the 6.5 out of 100. We're going to keep with that proportion. Percent out of 100 equals part over total. We're going to keep with that to answer these questions. So 6.5 out of 100 equals something out of $289. Let's go ahead and solve for x. 289 times 6.5 divided by 100. You're going to get 18.785. And we're talking money, so I'm going to round that off to $18.79. So that's just how much you would pay in tax, $18.79. And then the question, what would the total cost you would pay at the register? So we're going to take the cost of the Blu-ray player, add that to the sales tax, and when we add those together, we should get the total cost at the register, which would be $307.79. And you know, anytime you go shopping for something other than food, you're going to have to consider a little bit of sales tax on top of whatever it is you're buying. So if you'd like to try example 2 on your own, feel free. If not, I'll go through it together. It says an Anderson wood frame French door is priced at $1,980 with a sales tax of $99. What is the sales tax rate? So the rate is asking for the percentage. So we have x over 100, $99 in tax out of 1,980. And then we'll solve for x, which we should be really good at. 99 times 100 divided by 1980. And that gives you a sales tax rate of 5%. Remember, we have to put the percent sign anytime we're solving for percent. So sales tax isn't too bad. You find the actual tax amount and then add that to what you're purchasing. The same idea with tipping, if you're going to go to a restaurant and tip someone. So how much would a 20% tip be if the dinner bill was $58.37? So same setup, 20 over 100 equals some amount over 58.37. Some phones have an app that can do this for you, but we can do this on our own without that. Divide by 100. That would be $11.67 if you round off. So that would be the tip. And then the total bill would be the $58.37 plus the tip, $11.67. We'd add those together, and you would get $70.04. And that would be your total. And you have to do that at restaurants. You put on your tip, and then you have to add them up to get your total. So same idea. Let's look at example 4. You can try it on your own if you like. Robert tipped $40 on a $150 dinner bill. What percent did he tip? So X over 100 equals 40 over 150. And we will cross multiply and solve. Don't know why I switched colors. 40 times 100 divided by 150. That would be a 26.67% tip. And that would round off to about a 27% tip. And if you work as a waiter or waitress, that's a pretty good tip. 27%. Alright, I'm going to pause there so that the video does not cut me off, and I'll continue recording for the last page.